Greetings, everyone. It is I, Simon. Nobody knows who I am from Circuit. But anywho, today we're going to talk about bands that got better with time, which was a bit of a challenging to do some picks for this one, because as you all know, it's usually like bands. It's usually like that first and second album that's the best, and then by the third album they start like fucking up. That's usually the rule of thumb with bands. Um, and sometimes they don't even make it past the fucking demos. Like an example of that would be Ripping Corpse for me. Like I love the demos. I actually have that like LP 12-inch of the Splatter Remains. Love that fucking demo. But then like when they put out the album, I was like, dude, what is this? Like the songs on Splatter Remains, they like ruined those songs on the album by like slowing down the tempo on the sort of like breakdown slam kind of riffs. It's just like slowed down to like a doom tempo. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And the vocals aren't as good. Like, ah, dude, that the first album I don't like that. Um, so yeah, that's usually the case. But it's also, when I think about it, maybe it's become a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy for me, because back when I first got into metal here, I didn't know about this. You just check stuff out, based on the cover or somebody talking about it or whatever. But nowadays it's like when I found out a new band, I found out about a new band. I intentionally go out of my way to go to Metal Archives and see what they put out first, and then I either throw on the first album. Sometimes I actually throw on the first demo, or depends on what mood I'm in today, or if I'm in the mood to listen to something lengthy, I'll put on the album. If I just want a quick hit, or I'm in a really cavort on the ground fucking mood, I'll put on the demo first. And I guess I just that's just something I developed over the years because I guess what happened was I'm sort of like from I guess you would call it thrash background. I was really into thrash first, and with thrash bands, and there's no thrash bands on this list, for example. Hooey, that's especially true. They expire quite fast. Like when I think about it, all the thrash metal bands I like, the vast majority of them, I only like I only own and like the first album, because then the '90s hit, and then dude, then it just went downhill fast, I gotta say. So yeah, that's the thing with that. But without further ado, let's just get started with the first band I picked out, which is Deceased, and I picked out the album. I don't want to go through the whole collection. I'll just pick out one album for each band, just to like kind of like show a physical copy of something while I'm sitting here rambling. So Deceased. It's not like I don't. Well, I actually own that album, Blueprints for Madness. I've I've spun that album like 2 times since I bought it. It was weird with Blueprints for Madness. When I first listened to it online, I listened to like the first half. I was like, this is pretty good, and then I bought it. And then when I got it, I swear, man, it was like I put it on and I was like, did I listen to the same album? I'm kind of like not digging this as much. Like, has that ever happened to you before, where you bought something you liked, and then when you got it like 2 weeks later or whatever, you were kind of like disappointed when you listened to the full thing? But that's like Blueprints for Madness for me. It's not a bad album. For whatever reason, I just can't get into it. But other than that, I pretty much like every single Deceased album I've heard. Some of the later ones I'm not familiar with. But yeah, I love the demos and I love Look at the Corpse. But really, like on Supernatural Addiction and this album, that's where they really, really grabbed me. And that's like sort of when they developed their current style, which they're playing now. And I absolutely love that. Like this like impossible to categorize it. Thrash, heavy metal, death metal. It's all of those things. Maybe there's some punk thrown in there too. Like and they just blend all those styles so well together and form like their own like brand of fucking. It's just metal, man. Just metal for people who are like, yeah, it's just metal for everyone. It doesn't matter what you're into. You like Deceased. As how I looked at it, like an amazing band. Um, and yeah, I just love this fucking album. On One Memories, like so many catchy hooks on this. The Funeral Parlor Secret, man, I love that. Fucking vicious, like speed part on that. And dude, Missing a Pulse, god damn, does that have a fucking. That's just a real headbanger, man. Visit from Red, just such an epic song. The songs for days on this one. Fucking love this album. And the next one I picked out is sort of like an odd pick, I would say, because they only did like 3 albums, so you can say, well, they weren't around for that long, so can you really include them in this list? And that would be a fair point. But my argument to that is that this is a bit of an odd band for me, because I don't like the first album. I think the first album sucked. It feels like really half-assed. Just like the vocals are half-assed, and the riffs are like. I remember it's been a while since I listened to it, but I remember it being like very, like actually the riff wasn't like half-assed. It was just kind of like sort of like okay, but like it was so sloppy, and it felt like the drums and the guitars like they weren't at all in sync with each other, so it just feels very like sloppy. So there's like you can kind of get by with being sloppy if you have like sort of like the energy or the enthusiasm to carry it through. Like an example for that would be like Morbid Visions by Sepultura. It can work, but on the first album it's just like very like the vocals are very sloppy, then the guitars and the drums aren't really in sync, and the riffs aren't bad, but it isn't like sort of amazing material. So it just adds up to an album that kind of just fucking blows. I think the reason why the vocals were bad, I think Rodney, I watched an interview with Rodney Dunsmore, the vocalist of this. I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to be the vocalist, and he was kind of like put on the spot last minute and had to do the vocals, so that's why they sound like very weird. And why he changed them. Like on each album, he sounds like totally different. But yeah, then they put out Signs of Life, and I think that album is really good. I actually like that a lot. So that's like a weird like to go from an album that sucks to an album I really like, And then the Idolatry, that's like even better. That's a fucking masterpiece right here. So that's why I've included the band, because they went from an album that sucks to a masterpiece in like 3 albums, which are pretty incredible. And I don't think there's a single other band I can say that for. So that's why I've included them here. But yeah, it's like actually I've never actually listened to the Devastation demos. Not the Chicago ones, but the Texas ones. And I think the reason why I haven't is because the first album sucks, so I just kind of assumed, oh well, it's just gonna be songs from the demos, and they also suck. So I kind of went backwards, because my introduction to Devastation was this album, then I listened to Signs of Life, and then the first album. So it's kind of like went backwards for me. So that's why I've never listened to the demos. So are they any good? Like, let me know. How do they sound as well? Is it like listenable? Like, let me know, because yeah, I'll just forget to ever listen to them, and if it's just like songs from the first like album, then it kind of sucks. But if it's unreleased songs and they got a different vocalist and it's jamming, okay, I'll check it out. Next up, we got Drawn and Quarter. This band is sort of like in a way they go kind of like a little bit back and forth for me. But overall, I would say I like the newer material more than the older material. I Love to Kill This Human. That album just sounds fucking aggressive and sadistic. Just the way I like it. That's just fucking a nasty album. Then the second album, Extermination Revelry, I like it, but it isn't as good as To Kill This Human. But then when they put out fucking Return of the Black Death, it sounds like I was there when I was saying it like that. Well, I wasn't. I was live, but not there, Was I think that was like 2004 they put that out, so I would have been 3 years old. So yeah. I was live, but not there to pick it up, unfortunately. But that album, dude, that might be my favorite album by them. It's kind of like difficult for me to pick. Dude, I fucking love that album. Like White from the Earth. Holy shit, dude! That like break, that has to be one of my favorite. It has to be one of the greatest things I've ever heard, man. One of my favorite moments in Death Metal ever, dude. Fucking that like nasty as fuck bass line, dude. How did they make the bass sound so fucking creepy? Like the way it's hanging in the background, dude. And then the riffs, man. Dude, it's just chugging away, man. You can just feel the fucking plague descending on the earth and wiping out these useless fucking insects we call human beings. Get them out of here, man. Fucking clear them out. Oh, yeah. Dude, love that song. But anyway, then in Hail Infernal Darkness, I think I like that more than Extermination Revelry. It's kind of like hard to tell, but that wasn't as good. But then, I've actually not listened to the album after that. I'm kind of like a bit all over the place with Drawn and Quartered. But then the later material, like the album they put out last year, like Lord of Two Horns, dude, I thought this album was really fucking good. And I was like, wow, like the production is so fucking killer on this. It's like the drums are produced well, so you can hear that, because the drums are fucking ripping on this album, man. Holy shit, man. The fucking Simon's blast and then his fills, dude, fuck insane, man. Like, holy shit, he's such a good drummer. Like, I was really blown away by his drumming on this album. This album was just strong as fuck, you know. Like with Drawn and Quartered, I'm kind of like a bit all over the place. Like I said, like I listened to To Kill Is Human first, and then I actually picked up this album. After that came out like half a year or so after I got it, To Kill Is Human. Like I like to take my time with each release, which is why I was like spent half a year listening to that basically. I really like to take my time with each release. And then I checked out Extermination Revelry, and then I bought the album before this. It was what's it called? Not Proliferation of Disease. That's the demo, which has some of the songs on it, which I talked about in a previous video. Love that fucking thing. What's it called? Congregation Pestilence. That's it. Congregation Pestilence. That's also really good. Like this album, Congregation Pestilence, and then Proliferation of Disease demo. That's just fantastic stuff, man. So I can't wait to dive into more the later material, because like I think those, and then the fact that like the third album was so good, I think overall I would say that this band has gotten better over time for me. But gotta dig a I can't even speak today. Dig a bit deeper in the discography to give it a full evaluation, I guess. But so far, it's looking like these guys are just getting better and better. So that's always cool to see. Oh, next up, this is an album. This is like my album from last year, from 2025. Putridity, Morbid Ataraxia. Dude, I listened to this thing endlessly over the summer, dude. I could not get enough of it. Holy shit, man. And this is brutal. And I do not use that lightly. This is no goddamn joke, man. As you probably know if you're familiar with this band. This band is definitely one that I can absolutely say got better over time, because I actually don't like any of the previous albums. I've listened to them all, and they don't do it for me. But this album I absolutely love. I don't know what happened, but the songs on this album are just here, you know. I guess that's just the thing. On this album, they really focused on the songwriting while still being Putridity. It's still a very challenging listen, and it's so many blast beats. But there's also like there's a lot of mid-paced moments on this album. Might not seem like it on first listen because it's just so fucking overwhelming, and this production is just massive, and it's just, I don't know, just fucking breaking every bone in your body with this sound. It's very much an album you have to sort of like just listen to with no distractions. I can't listen to this in the background. You just have to listen to it and just slowly unravel the sound, pick up details. It's kind of like almost like a prog album in that sense. I'm not really into prog, but that's sort of like how you're meant to listen to those albums, right? Like listen to them again and again and pick up new details every time. That's sort of this album. That's just how fucking challenging of a listen this is. With all the shit that's going on. But yeah, like the first album, I wanna like it, dude. It's like the music is pretty good, and I really like what is his name? Putrid. I can't pronounce his name. Sissiko, Cici, the front man, dude. When he did the vocals, I really like his growls. They sound like really unique. Like they're kind of like nasally. They sound like really cool. And I was like, holy shit, this is fucking great, man. But then he's gotta fucking ruin it with the fucking cricket vocals, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's those like insect like high pitched kind of vocals, and they just sound goofy. Like, dude, every time I hear those vocals, I'm out. I can't get into it, dude. Stop doing the cricket vocals. They're not brutal. They suck. I'm sorry. So that's the verdict on that album. Can't get into it. Too many cricket vocals. I'm sorry. Then the second album, it's kind of like, yeah, it's brutal and it's extreme, but the riffs are kind of half-assed on that album, and they don't do anything for me. So it doesn't really end up sounding very brutal to me. It's just kind of like one long blur where I'm just like sitting like this the entire time, and it's just like there's nothing grabbing me, and these riffs aren't hitting, and it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, the drumming is really good on the album, I gotta say, because a lot of people, when I sort of like dug into this band, a lot of people really liked the previous drummer, and they was a little bit disappointed with this album because he's not on it. But like, fuck that. I mean, he's a better drummer, or he's more talented, or whatever. But this album got the songs, so that's what fucking counts, man. Dude, fuck all that technical drumming shit on the previous album. This is where it's at, man. It's got the songs, man. Dude, Mors Mater Nostre has to be my favorite track on here. That whole middle section of the song, dude, it's so fucking crushing, man. Oh, if there's like that bridge section where there's just those like pounding drum beats, and yeah, and then the riffs, they kind of like speed up, and then they slow down. Oh, dude, that part. Just listen to it. You know what I'm talking about. And Prenatal Obituary, dude, nothing but catchy riffs on this fucking song, dude, so good. And Morbid Ataraxia, those when they dip into that doom tempo briefly in the middle with the mid-pace riffs, dude, it's so good. Yeah, definitely a very challenging album, and one you got like, I've listened to this album at least like 40 times or something. It's been a while since I listened to it because I listened to it so much over the summer. I think that I haven't spun this in like half a year or something. But yeah, and it's like when I listen to it, I can remember all the songs and how they go. But when I sit here, I can't really remember what happens. It's like you just have to listen to this album a lot before it sticks. That's just the nature of it, with how fucking extreme it is. Well, when you start to unpack it, it's got songs underneath all that fucking crushing brutality. So check this one out, man. Putridity, Morbid Ataraxia, dude. Tell me, album of the year right now. And last but not least, I have picked out. Wait, hang on, let me get the booklet out first. And is the page gonna be annoying and be stuck, dude? This is such a fucking nitpick. Is this just me? Oh, I actually got it now. But dude, I swear, whenever you get a new CD, or like a CD with like really, I guess it's like thick booklets. I think that's it, with like thick pages. And then the front page just gets stuck to the plastic frame here, and you just can't get the booklet out because the last page won't fucking fold with the others. Dude, that's so annoying. Goddamn, biggest nitpick with CDs ever. I usually just resort to just like just ripping the fucking I don't know what you call this, just ripping this out and then pulling it out backwards. Dude, man, those CD booklets, they're annoying sometimes. But yeah, I'll pick this band Satan because I first listened to their first album, which is like a heavy metal classic, Caught in the Act. A lot of people love that album, but unfortunately, I'm not one of them. Um, like when I first listened to it, I didn't like it at all, but it's grown a little bit on me. Because like that was one of the watch my back catalog. Total J-Dog reference jumping in right now. Um, but yeah, I picked that up blindly, that album, because like when heavy metal album, when it's a heavy metal album and I haven't heard it and it's considered like a classic and I really like the cover art, I buy it blindly, and I want to get that 80s kind of like I want to experience it the 80s way, I guess. I'm just um, I'm just way too I'm just way too much into this, I guess. But that's just something I like to do. Um, and I didn't like the album on when I got that. It was like it's like I think it comes down to the production, but I don't think all the songs are that strong on it. It has some good ones, but I think some of the songs are kind of meh on that album. Um, so, but it's like now that I got it, then I actually put it on again a year later, and then I was like, okay. Then I started to see, okay, some of the songs are actually pretty good. Here it's just the production that really missed the mark. It sounds so fucking thin. It makes Show No Mercy sound heavy in comparison. Um, but then so I sort of like gained some appreciation for it, even though I didn't really like the album that much. And then I think I was talking to distributor of Cold Points back when he was in J-Dog's comment section. Nowadays, not so much. Well, I haven't seen him in a year. It's a shame. I really like talking shit in the comments with him. It was fun. Um, but yeah, he's like a big fan of this band, and he brought it up that like when they came back, all five members came back, which was on the in the was it what, all five members of the original lineup came back. So I was like really impressed with that, and he was like you know talking very highly of them. And I sort of like respect his opinion. Me and him, we have like very similar tastes. So I decided to give them a second chance and check out this album, the first comeback one, Life Sentence, and I absolutely love this album. Dude, this is just like Caught in the Act, just way better. Production is way better. Dude, I love how the drums sound on this. Very organic, but really like really upfront, heavy sounding drums. I love that in albums, and it just gives this like really unique character to like a heavy metal album. That's the drums usually aren't like that heavy sounding on heavy metal, but and then it works for them because this is kind of like bordering on thrash metal with some of the speed they're putting in here. But yeah, dude, every single song on this album is so fucking good. Um, I will say though, what track is it? It's the second to last one. Um, Tears of Blood. No, and then there's the band photo. Dude, it's yeah, Personal Demons. Personal Demons. That's probably the weakest song on the album. Well, honestly, after that, it's like flip a coin on which one's my favorite one. Every song in this is so good. Yeah. So, and I checked out one of their later albums. I think it was the album after this. Haven't bought it yet. I've just been jamming this like for. I think I bought it last year. Yeah, probably about a year ago. So whenever I listen to Satan, I just listen to this. So it's only like that's put into perspective. Like I take a while with each album. Just when I find something I like, I'd just like to stick with that for a while and really get to know it before I check out the next thing. But I checked out the album after this recently. I really like that as well. So I think I'm gonna buy that too. And so it only seems to get better and better with these guys. I probably don't like the second one as much as this one because again, it's like that self-fulfilling prophecy, when you start checking out um and start checking out I think I didn't even make that point, I think, but when you start like checking out the earlier albums first, and you're like me, you listen to them for a long time, and then you check out the next one, then of course if they change a little bit, then you won't like it as much. That's kind of like yeah, I'm aware of it, so it's probably gonna keep happening that I like bands first 2 albums or whatever. That's just the thing with me, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, let me know what your picks are for bands that got better, because this was actually pretty challenging for me. I actually had to think about this a little bit and like look through my collection like really thoroughly to come up with like a number of like I had like 3 off the top of my head initially, but then the last 2 was like really difficult to pick. I had to like really think to find them. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, man. Have a fucking great day, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Bye.